What up, what up? Hope everyone's doing well. Finish setting up the live stream right here. Quick. Tobias, David, Crypto Clay, Chipper. See everyone. Good morning, good morning. Definitely some exciting stats to go over in terms of RLUSD. Some very exciting RLUSD stats. And to be honest, it kind of beat my expectations for what I was expecting. So, Scotty Steak and Eggs, good to see you. Hall's Balls. Yeah, the stats on RLUSD look really good. $626, Miguel. No, RLUSD on the ETH network does not burn XRP. But I would imagine over the long run, most of RLUSD will be on the XRP ledger because it's faster and more efficient. So it's just kind of like, hey, why would you use RLUSD on ETH when you could use it on a faster, more efficient chain? I'm pretty confident that's how that will play out. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, I could be wrong. Volume should be good. Volume should be good. If it's not, let me know. But I think volume should be all right now. One of the few times I actually... Oh, low? Oh. My bad. I set the... I had the wrong setting. All right, volume should be good now. Even when I think I do it, I don't do it. There you go. Even when I think I do fix the volume, I don't fix the volume. We good. At least it's easy to fix. At least it's not some complicated process to get that better. I just have a little dial next to me, and for some reason the dial resets every single morning. So I have to remember to reset it. But there's a couple different dials, so sometimes I have to go and figure out which one actually has to be reset here. All right, cool. Okay, so we'll get into RLUSD stats in a minute. Definitely some interesting things I want to talk about here in regards to those stats because they actually look really nice. But one of the first things I want to talk about this morning, which I find very funny, is that it looks like Dave Portnoy is an XRP holder. So I tweeted this out the other day. Hey Dave, let me know if you're ready to talk about XRP. But it looks like he has some XRP. So I'll play you guys the video. It's interesting because I would love to be able to get Dave Portnoy in the XRP community. Yeah, it sounds like to me he has no idea what XRP is. Oh man, there's some good comments. All right, here we go.
I know XRP over 400%. I'm always late to these runs. I'm gonna bet it and set it. I'm not trading. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm holding my Bitcoins. Have I bought more Bitcoin yet? No, we got 15 of them. So I got like 1.5 million Bitcoin, 1.3 XRP. I want to get up. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I saw the launch of RLUSD by Ripple, but it I see Valley 986. I hear what you're saying. I do. As a degen gambler myself, I want the 10x coin like XRP. Bitcoin won't do that anytime soon. I don't know. Honestly, the way Bitcoin moves, it could. I've been saying that for the last God knows how long. I just sit there with a thumb up my ass and watch it rip. So maybe it could.
It's so funny. It's so funny that Dave Portnoy does these streams like about crypto and literally has no idea what he's talking about. And I don't say that as a dig. He's essentially saying he has no idea what he's talking about. But is that a doll behind you? Oh, he has a Dave Portnoy figurehead behind him. But it would be great to get him in. It would be great to get him in, get him part of the XRP community. I'll see what I can do. But long story short, I did tweet out at him last night. Try to talk with him. I haven't gotten an answer yet, but not that many views on this X post, only 14K. So if you guys could help and go give that some promotions, there might be a better chance I could actually talk to Dave. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I know a lot of people think that would be pretty interesting to be able to get him to be a pretty big promoter of the XRP ledger. Oh, here we go. This is exciting. Take a look at this. RLUSD is now officially on coin market cap. Very, very good to see that. It's nice to see RLUSD coming in here. It looks like market cap still isn't being reported, but my calculation is market cap is currently at around 100 million. And I expect that to only keep growing here. So looks like we got 100 million market cap. XRP Ripple USD is now trading on coin market cap, which is cool. Looks like this is still getting built out. I wonder if CoinGecko has it yet. Oh yeah, CoinGecko has it too. And different hourly trading volumes. So CoinGecko has a 2 million 24-hour trading volume. No market cap on CoinGecko either, but it's great to see that both of these websites now have RLUSD up and running. XP Market? I'll check XP Market. Yeah, so I don't think XP Market's market cap is right. They're saying the market cap is 2.8 mil. I could be wrong. But when I was looking at the mints last night, they seemed larger than that. So I'm seeing a 2.8 mil market cap. Oh, this is only going to be XRP. I think RLUSD. I don't think it's going to factor in ETH RLUSD. Oh, okay, here we go. It changes. Oh no, that's XRP. Yeah, so I see 2.8 mil. Yes, that's what I thought. It only has the XRP stats, not the Ethereum stats. What about this total supply though? Our XP Market. What's the difference between the total supply and the circulating supply? Because if the total supply 15.1, if that's been minted, I feel like that's market cap now. Live Coin Watch shows a 68 million market cap. Let me check out. Let me check that out. Live Coin Watch RLUSD. Okay, there we go. That might be the most accurate figure we have. That checks out with everything I've been seeing. So 68 million market cap. And this is without Ripple even using RLUSD yet in their products. It's going to take Ripple a minute to actually start using it. So that's pretty interesting that we already have that $68 million market cap with Ripple not even using it. Awesome. I appreciate the suggestion to check that out. Definitely what I've been trying to find there. GM. XRP does RLUSD use on ETH benefit XRP as a whole? Yeah, because it kind of acts as a siphon away from ETH. So as you can imagine, if more people want to are holding RLUSD on ETH and want to come over to the XRP ledger, it almost acts as a bridge. So think about it this way. Say a bunch of people on ETH start to see the XRP ecosystem getting exciting. They can move their RLUSD over to the XRP ledger and then be able to essentially take advantage of the XRP ledger ecosystem without having to like go buy XRP, switch that XRP into something else. So it just acts as a way to get dollars over to the XRP ledger and creates mindshare in the Ethereum ecosystem as well. It's important to realize that a lot of the Ethereum people don't know what's going on in the XRP ecosystem. So this kind of offers them a way to be able to see the XRP ledger ecosystem more and probably make them interested in saying like, hey, what's over here? I shared a clip in my video last night of someone pretty prominent in the XRP community or in the Ethereum community suddenly getting very bullish on XRP. So yeah, I think it's already kind of happening, and I think it will continue to happen at a faster and faster clip. A lot of these Ethereum people deciding, hey, Ethereum's cool and all, but what's happening on the XRP ledger is probably a lot more practical in terms of real world adoption. Do I think XRP will rise after the FOMC meeting today? I don't know how much the FOMC meetings are going to affect things anymore because I think everyone kind of knows what's going to happen here. Oh, I can show that. Yeah, I can show that.
At first, Ripple quietly dropped a bombshell, and no one's really talking about it, but it could dramatically revolutionize the position of Ripple in the marketplace. While everybody's talking about XRP's price, and rightly their upcoming programmability upgrades, Ripple Labs quietly launched RLUSD, fully compliant, banked-backed stablecoin that's about to dramatically change their ecosystem. In this video, I'll break down what I think is Ripple's Trojan horse for bringing multi-trillion-dollar Forex markets onto the blockchain, at least without needing to even wait for fancy tech upgrades. This isn't just another stablecoin launch like we've seen over the past 6 months, but it's actually a key component for Ripple's XRPL ledger to be able to be useful for a lot of its customers, potentially even making it a go-to platform among institutional trading and Forex settlement. So let's dive into how this stablecoin in particular is unique and could unlock trillions of value in trading volume and why more of the crypto community should probably be paying attention. So first off, RLUSD isn't just another USDC clone. This is more akin to the original Paxos stablecoin that's an NYDFS regulated, custodian issued, backed by secure cash assets stablecoin. The backing here can only be in real US cash equivalents in US banks registered with regulators and checked on a regular basis. These are legally bound custodians. Ripple also has a VASP license, another set of monetary transfer licenses, and is looking at how to make sure that the coin is MiCA compliant in the EU, allowing it to be offered by EU exchanges and used by EU banks. This is something that companies like Tether have decided not to pursue in the same way. Ripple USD is going to be issued both on Ripple's native blockchain as well as Ethereum. Now you might be thinking, if you're familiar with Ripple and some of its holdbacks over the years, what am I going to do with a stablecoin on Ripple when there isn't any DeFi? In the past year, Ripple has actually released a format for issuing tokens and for doing AMM swaps natively on the Ripple blockchain, but there hasn't been a lot of pickup. None of the tokens can be programmatic, and so tokens that exist are either meme coins or RWA RWA assets issued by banks and financial institutions, sophisticated participants. These sophisticated participants don't want to have an AMM that trades against Ripple as the underlying currency. They want to be able to price their assets in the US dollar. And until the launch of RLUSD, that was something that wasn't possible. This stablecoin is going to unlock the ability for RWA assets, Forex issuers, currency issuers, and other programs to be able to price on a native AMM their assets in the US dollar. It's also going to allow Ripple to bring a lot of their overall liquidity on chain by incentivizing a Ripple XRP US dollar AMM pair. And this is important because all of that is sitting right now on exchanges where the exchanges are benefiting, and frankly, the US dollars sitting in those balances are opaque. But if Ripple can bring a lot of that on chain, they as a company can begin to benefit from the yield that comes in and putting that back into the XRP ecosystem. But even more importantly are two other factors. First, Ripple is launching programmability soon, both with hooks and a future EVM sidechain that will allow DeFi applications. They're going to need stablecoins as a part of this ecosystem, and rather than let anyone else capture it, such as USDC or USDT coming in and doing native issuance on the chain, Ripple is making sure they themselves capture it and can provide more value into the ecosystem. They're kind of doubling down on this by also having the RLUSD issued on Ethereum, getting Ethereum participants more familiar with Ripple's ecosystem and their brand before launching the EVM sidechain, which could allow them to tap into a large market that has previously not taken Ripple very seriously. But perhaps most important of all is the role that this actually plays with their target clients. For a long time, Ripple has really been focused on institutions. They want banks on board, they want financial institutions, they want Forex traders and brokers to use Ripple as an alternative settlement network. If Ripple is able to get their MiCA compliance approved and be offered in the EU and bring this stablecoin to diverse markets, to banks, to financial institutions, to exchanges, they have a great opportunity to get these providers to integrate Ripple's network by offering them on-chain yield and sharing of that yield. Small banks in the EU and globally would love the opportunity to be able to buy US cash equivalent yield-bearing assets that are custodied in US banks and interchangeable on a network. While Ripple has had their transfer network for a long time and is currently developing an ISO 2022 compliant version, they've had a really hard time getting it broadly adopted. And that's because the diversity of settlement and interchange just isn't there. Having the AMM in place, having this cash liquidity yield-bearing asset that they could share the yield onto these institutions, having this regulated in a way that it meets the deposit requirements of the banking regulators that approve the bank partners they're working with, this allows Ripple to actually go out and get the kind of clients that it's been wanting for the past 8-9 years. These are the type of asset issuers that care about RWA, real world asset issuance. These are the type of asset providers that care about Forex settlement and interchange. These are three of the biggest markets that we haven't really seen any other blockchain be able to cement their foothold in. There are trillions of dollars of settlement happening in Forex every day around the world from these banks, from these brokers and large interchange partners. Most of it happens over the phone. There's not even major traditional exchanges that have tapped into this. And the reason is that the banking system is too fractured for that settlement to happen fast enough. You have to go through multiple interchanging banks. If Ripple can successfully build a infrastructure where debt issuers and financiers and banks and deposit entities can issue certificates of deposits and debt instruments and cross Forex settlement all in one place while having exposure to a custodied regulated US dollar cash bearing asset, that starts to become a really interesting proposition for this alternative market. And it can bring in the professional traders who want a piece of that real world asset, debt instrument, Forex, and interchange world, and who understand it. Now that gets away a little bit from their early versions of wanting to be a Swift network kind of competitor, but it is much, much more lucrative and much more complex. It's something that no one else in the DeFi space has the expertise or the interested parties or the tooling to be able to provide. And it's an opportunity that Ripple could be able to seize, building it off of this stablecoin. And that doesn't even get into the secondary benefit. We've got $140 billion of stablecoins out in the world right now. Most of that being $100 billion in Tether and $40 billion or so in USDC. With USDT not being approved for MiCA right now, there's this huge opportunity in the EU to become the second largest or third largest player in the stablecoin space. And as that space continues to grow, these companies sit on massive amounts of yield. For example, if Ripple was to issue the same amount of stablecoins as Tether does nowadays, they'd be looking at something like $5 billion a year potentially in yield gains. That massive amount of income would not only be captured by Ripple Labs and flow back into benefit for the Ripple ecosystem, ecosystem, but it would drive an incredible amount of on-chain demand that would likely mean the value capture far outweighs even the raw cash revenues that you're seeing. So I think Ripple still really needs hooks in their EVM sidechain to perform well, get the programmability in place to be able to offer more sophisticated DeFi products that aren't just natively baked into a chain. But having that stablecoin there and the unique regulation that it provides is the first big step in really realizing the vision, the long-term vision that Ripple has been pushing for a long time. And I think they're uniquely poised to capture a segment of the stablecoin market that we don't talk about or think about day to day in DeFi.
Yeah, so he's an ETH guy who obviously has essentially flipped over and now starting to see the benefit of XRP. I mean, it's funny. These are things we've been saying forever, right? Like the fact that institutions are going to need these products, that they're going to want stable coins, that they're going to want to tokenize their assets. So like, it's just the start of these other people and these other ecosystems starting to realize the things we've been saying since the start. Well, also, it doesn't really, XLR is really to go both ways. Like, even if you're taking XRP to another blockchain, I mean, it doesn't hurt the value of XRP. Like, XRP not on the XRP ledger doesn't hurt the value of XRP. And that's the best part about it. If you could use XRP on any blockchain, it really doesn't hurt XRP at all. Honestly, it's the best thing for XRP because we shouldn't expect XRP to be able to do absolutely everything. Like these advanced DeFi computations, like they don't have to happen on the XRP ledger. They can happen on other blockchains, but that doesn't hurt the value of XRP because ultimately people still want to hold XRP. It shows the value proposition of XRP because people are saying, no, I don't want to hold this token on this other chain where I can do these things. Like I want to do it with XRP. So I think XLR really is both ways. I mean, XLR inherently is being used to connect to the EVM sidechain, and that is a different blockchain, right? So that's assets leaving the XRP ledger to the EVM sidechain, but it has nothing. It's not like a bad thing for XRP because ultimately people want to be able to use their XRP in these DeFi ecosystems, and therefore that's why they're building a bridge so that you can use your XRP in these other ways. Oh yeah, I completely get you. I completely get you, Frankie. I was just using it to kind of hit on another point. Has anyone compared the cost of moving RLUSD on Ethereum versus the XRP ledger? I don't know. I think there's a direct comparison, but it probably would cost about 40 to $50 to move it on Ethereum. Probably less than a penny on the XRP ledger. I'm not drinking a rum and coke. So funny that people always think that. Can you explain why someone would want to set a trust line to RLUSD? A lot of people are just excited about RLUSD and want to experiment with the protocol. So you see a lot of people setting the trust line to RLUSD and just like playing around with it because they want to get access to like a new technology on the XRP ledger. Wow, there's a lot of exciting things going on this morning. RLUSD is live. Then we have F assets now live on the Songbird network. So this is another pretty interesting thing. F assets on the Songbird network look like they are here. I know a lot of people are going to ask me if I'm going to be participating in this. I don't think so. For no reason other than the fact that I just don't have that much interest in doing it on the test network. I'll probably be involved once it goes to mainnet, but there's still a lot of things that I would like to see sorted out before I put my XRP in any kind of position of risk. And that's with any product. Like there's going to be a lot of new, very cool immersion products coming out. And it's just important to realize that a lot of these things, if successful, aren't going to go away. And like, I know it seems like there's a massive opportunity now and you have to get involved early. but that's not necessarily the case. Like, it's better sometimes just sit back, watch from a bird's eye view, and just see how things materialize. That way you can make sure that everything's safe, everything works properly, there's no secondhand issues prior to you getting involved. So just keep that in mind. I always see people wanting to get involved with something on like the day something launches, the second people find out about it. And like, while there can be benefits to that in some ways, you also expose yourself to a lot of risk. So there's no doubt there's going to be things that don't work perfectly with any of these things coming out. That's why they're being tested on test networks. If things were guaranteed, there'd be no point in doing it on the test network. So just understand that, right? Don't want to see anyone go heavy onto a test network and then be like, oh, can't believe this happened. It's like, well, yeah, that's why I was on the test network. Big talk about the Federal Reserve meeting later today. Definitely going to be something to watch. Why are non-businesses seeking where to buy RLUSD? Just because people want to hold it. Everyone in the US needs to check out the IRS safe harbor for digital assets. Very important. If you want to see more on it, go to cryptotaxaudit.com and do it for free. Yeah, absolutely, Roger. HK Todd, good to see you. Yeah, I did see the article. Someone essentially spent 10K XRP for $100 of RLUSD. That's brutal. Yeesh. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of things like that. I remember there was someone at one point who did an XRP transaction and accidentally set the fee to like 5,000 XRP. So like they like manually set their XRP fee to like 5K XRP. Any update on nodes? We're still working on putting together something that people can easily go to and watch. It looks like we have a 35-ish nodes. So we'll continue to push on that and get that over 1,000. Just need to get the rest of the education out there so people can see it. But yes, that is something that's actively being worked on in the background. Just need to make sure there's tutorials that people can easily access to be able to get information on how to do it. No taxes on crypto in the United States will be great. Yeah, that'd be insane. Be insane. We'll see if we end up seeing that. I will say, I'm hearing from people that it seems to be a pretty real promise. So just scrolling through the news here, making sure I don't miss out on anything interesting. duh, 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 duh. All right, now it looks like we're pretty caught up. Go to the XRP price chart for a bit. Check that out. It's actually looking pretty interesting. It looks like we actually... So this is the pattern we were watching. It doesn't look like we really got much of a burst out of here. It's very possible that we're on the wrong time frame here. So we take a look at the day time frame. Maybe we'll get some more clarity. It's kind of a weird pattern. I don't really know what to make of this. It still sort of looks like a symmetrical triangle or some kind of consolidation range, but it's not respecting the zones that well. So to me, it kind of looks like, in a way, we're still sort of trapped within this thing. It's just kind of ugly. There's no there's no real way you can kind of line it up like you have on a lot of XRP's past formations. So it's obviously not really broken out of anything. At the same time, it kind of continues to show strength and kind of get rejected by general ranges. So we'll see how this continues to play out. I don't really see anything clear and obvious. Obviously, we had this big breakdown here. We didn't get like a full breakdown. We got sucked back up in here. Looked like we were going to break out of here last night and kind of got sucked back down in here. So we'll have to continue to watch this. Overall, the price looks very good. It looks like it's showing a lot of strength. And maybe even rate cuts today might be able to help us out. It's just interesting to see XRP is not really doing what it typically does here, where it really respects these patterns and really sticks to them. We're kind of trapped in a little bit of a low volatility range here, just waiting for some more excitement to come flowing in. Try to invert XRP USD chart. Okay, I'll try to do that. XP market. On what time frame? I actually want to use my other chart here. This chart is a little... Dennis, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dennis said, do you know about the Let It Breathe XRP price rise story? Old but attributed to David Schwartz or another old timer. Stopped suppressing the price, went up. 4 hour, okay. Yeah, I definitely know that story. To be honest, I don't think it's necessarily what people make it out to be, but I do know the story, and I do know they did say to let it breathe. Oh wow, yeah. It's crazy how much an inverted bias can make you look at something and be like, yeah, that's going to keep crashing. So this is XRP inverted, and obviously I think a lot of people would look at this to probably do another big leg down here and continue to crash, which obviously XRP is inverted. So this would actually be XRP increasing in price. But take a look at that. Yeah, that's a great chart there, XP market. And this is just XRP flipped upside down, and I would love to do this now on the daily chart. And take a look at XRP's kind of entire... Yeah, so this is the XRP longer term chart. And that inversion just looks really good. It just looks like we're going to keep crashing back down to that next level. It's always interesting to look at charts like this and think from a psychology point of view, like, does it make sense in the reverse? And I think it absolutely does. I think what you're seeing is XRP is probably getting ready to put that next big drop in and start trading at some of these levels down here. 4-hour chart looks incredible though. Look at that. We'll see what happens. The Federal Reserve can surprise us later and do larger rate cuts than people are expecting. I just have a hard time thinking that's going to be the catalyst. It just seems like recently the market has been a lot more excited about blockchain news than like things like Federal Reserve news. And it's just because obviously the market's going to react much bigger now that it looks like these different chains can actually be used for their full intended purpose, rather than just like, oh, interest rates are good for all risk assets and therefore cryptocurrency. It's just a little more direct now that we're finally getting like real good news for the underlying asset. While in the past, it was like there was no good news for the underlying asset because the government was trying to like shut it down. So we were forced to look at things like the dollar and FOMC for bullish news because those were the only real things that were helping us. The regulators were essentially just trying to shut things down. Going down. This is the inverted chart. So hopefully it's going down. Right here is about a 50-cent XRP, and where we are right now is that $2.60 mark. So XRP is crashing on this chart, but it's just inverted. If we were to flip this around, we can see the actual chart. The other thing we can do is we can take this and take it off logarithmic and go to linear chart and then invert. My invert button. Oh, there we go. Invert scale. Just makes it look a little sharper. But it does look like a dead cat bounce. It's like, boom, we bounce back up. Now it's coming back down, and it looks really good. It does. It's funny how you could be looking at the same chart inverted and it looks so much better. But like here, it's like, oh, maybe it comes back down. I don't really know. And then you invert it and you're like, oh, this thing's crashing. Please explain the invert. It just flips the chart upside down. It literally just flips it all upside down. It's like just a psychology thing. Like if you looked at this chart, right, you'd probably say, okay, this thing is crashing. Like this thing is going to keep crashing. There's no way this is going to get sucked back up. There's maybe it goes like this and then boom. Like it just looks like you're getting that next big leg. It's just the same chart. It's just flipped upside down. So if we invert it, it just flips it right back to the other side, which is the normal chart. And then you'd say, okay, well, that means it's probably going to continue to go up. That's all it is. You think Ripple wants to keep the price low so big institutions will buy? It's possible. I've heard a lot of people say that theory before. I kind of think Ripple is probably pretty happy where the price is going right now. Because it's good for their business, but I do see what you're saying. I've heard that before. Why would RLUSD be the second highest thing bought on Uphold? Just because people are excited. People are really excited for a new stablecoin in the XRP Ledger ecosystem, and people are just excited to get their hands on it. Nothing really more than that. Jack of all trades says, I love people that say crypto is an investment in trade. LOL, crypto is a gamble, but an analytical gamble. No, I think it's an investment. It all depends how you treat it. If you're looking to get in and out of a cryptocurrency in less than a month, then yeah, that's a gamble. But if you're investing long term, like it's absolutely an investment. I mean, I don't know. I see it absolutely as an investment. Is it a higher risk investment? Yes, but I look at gambling more short term. Gambling also is typically you either win or lose. There's not a lot of in between. Where crypto, it's like, hey, even if you bought XRP at $1 and it went down to 50 cents, you still have half your money. That's right. That's wild, Roger. I had no idea. Frank Crypto said Peppy Coin is a gamble, XRP is an investment. I completely agree. What kills most of us is the hype of news and then no action after. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people need to understand that a lot of this news for a lot of people is very exciting because they see the bigger picture before the market sees the bigger picture. So, like in the same exact way we knew Ripple was going to beat the SEC for a very long time and kind of anticipated a lot of this run, a lot of people are just figuring that out. So like a lot of people really haven't even figured out how important and how big the stablecoin can be, and they won't figure that out until they see the stablecoin as the top 2 or 3 stablecoin, right? Or the top stablecoin in the market. So it's just important to realize that like a lot of people just take a longer time to figure this stuff out. So expecting the price to start going parabolic as soon as Ripple releases a stablecoin, I don't think it's that realistic. Yeah, if you move XRP into RLUSD, you have to pay capital gains taxes on that. It would be great if you didn't, and maybe in the future Trump will make it so you don't, but you absolutely need to do it now. So keep that in mind. There's no free lunch, right? If you're going from one asset to another, you typically have to pay capital gains taxes on it. Yeah, Brian, that's one of the big reasons why I'm always going on Gary Cardone spaces and all these normie spaces, because I want them to ultimately come back and trust me for anything XRP Ledger. So it's all about like telling people your thesis beforehand, being respectful, them missing it, and then them coming back and saying like, oh shoot, I had no idea like all of this was actually true. And then they all come back in. If you take a loan against your crypto, there's no taxes on the loan. Yeah, that's just one of the biggest things we're trying to set up. If no CGT on my crypto in the USA, profits may be instead be taxed as income. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point, Sammy. If they start making, if they get rid of capital gains and say it's income tax, but I don't think that would happen, right? Because that would just piss people off more. We'll see what happens. I think there will be no capital gains of some sort on some amount of cryptocurrency, but I don't know if they're going to be doing it on like all cryptocurrency. You just have to wait and see. Wow, One-Eyed Willie, that's incredible. That's incredible. Great job. There are no regs. Well, I'll tell you right now, you may not think there's regulations, but the IRS thinks there's regulations, and I might agree with your way of thinking, but if the IRS wants something to get done, you typically don't want to be on the other side of that. So that's up to everyone and how they approach it. I know a lot of people who say, oh, I'm not paying taxes on this, blah, 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 blah. Look, if that's what you want to do, I think that's risky, but no one's going to stop you. I would just be careful about telling other people that, because I will say I don't think the IRS is going to agree with you. Securities are not the only thing that have capital gains taxes on them, Lizard King. Gold is a commodity, and gold has capital gains taxes on it. Yeah, but XRP is not deemed a currency. I would love if that's the case. If that's the case on American crypto, that would be massive. We just need to see it happen. We need to see that happen, right? I'm a little worried what that would do to the equity markets, but like, how is it fair to the equity markets if you just don't pay gains on crypto? We'll see. We'll see. I think it will be some nuance to it, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I just be careful. No sales tax on gold and silver when you buy. Yeah, we're not talking about sales tax, though. We're talking about capital gains tax. I just want people to be careful of reading there's no taxes on all this stuff when there likely is. And you really don't want to put yourself in that position, because you're already likely in a position to get very rich on cryptocurrency. Like, you really don't want to put yourself in a position where suddenly now you have people trying to take your crypto. Like you just want to do your best to cover yourself, right? Like, you're going to end up making a lot of money in this asset class. I know it sucks to have to pay capital gains taxes on stuff, but the best way to keep the government out of your pocket and make sure that they just go away. So think about it that way. I just don't want to see people in a position where they make all this money and now they have to deal with people essentially coming back and saying, "Oh, you never paid this, you now owe on this." I mean, that's the last people want to deal with. People just want to get their money, be rich, and be happy. So I don't know. Everyone's got a different perspective on it. I know some people are just never going to do it and they'll deal with the ramifications later. But look, you're going to want other things in your life at one point where they'll run those reports, especially with AI and all this different stuff, and they'll be able to look into it. I would agree. You probably don't want to sell this year. No need to sell until it's clarified. I completely agree. Completely agree. Wait until there's clarification. Wait until there's something actionable. And then we can start talking about that as a legitimate strategy. British Virgin Islands for a tax haven? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that changes, right? Is that going to change significantly with no capital gains taxes on cryptocurrencies in the United States? If that's not a thing anymore, maybe you won't need a British Virgin Islands kind of entity. 20% is long-term cap gains. Yep. Well, they made sure to get legal clarity on getting the tax situation around. I see what you're saying, Ron. XRP wins, but the IRS has put out extensive stuff on cryptocurrencies, so they claim there's clarity for that. Like I said, everyone's got to do their own thing, but iTrust has a 1% transaction fee? That's insane. Wow. I didn't know it was so high. Man, that's crazy. Wow. On Songbird, FXRP reached his mint goal in less than an hour. The XRP ecosystem, guys, is exploding right now. Exploding. And you're about to see so many new companies coming to the XRP ledger to take advantage of it. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Oh, One-Eyed Willie, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, shout out to your mom. Congratulations to her for learning here. Here, this is a great way to see XRP Ledger's usage. If you go to 3 XRP Dev, take a look at this. So each one of these lines is XRP being moved all around the world. So every single one of these lines represents an XRP transaction. So every single time you see a line, XRP is being sent from one place to another. And as you can see, there's XRP and money flying all around the globe instantaneously, settling transactions. So one day we're going to look at this globe and you won't even be able to see the lines. And even a couple weeks ago when we had that big pump, this entire globe, I couldn't even show it because it was just one massive line. There's so many transactions going around, but this is a great way to see those transactions like visualized and like how crazy the technology is to be able to move money anywhere in the world instantaneously and boom, it's like done. But I think this is a great way to really visualize a lot of those transactions and see how fast they move. And on here, you see all the different types of transactions happening. Fiat transactions, stablecoin transactions, XRP transactions, where those transactions are coming from in terms of an exchange. So this is a great way to be able to actually see that utility take place. There's another good website I want to bring up too. This one's going to be a little more boring, but I want to show you guys anyway. So here's another website you can go to. It is livenet.xrpl.org. And what you can see is the actual transactions closing on the XRP ledger. So this is the actual ledgers coming in real time. And it says like what they contain, whether it's a payment, whether it's a DEX AMM offer, whether it's an NFT, whether it's an account being created. Like here you can see like the underpinnings of what's happening on the ledger and like visualize like what's actually taking place. So every single time you see a new block pop up, you can actually see the next ledger and what it actually contains. So you'll see some ledgers contain more information than others, some contain less. And it's just like breaking down of like, hey, how does the actual ledger work? Like these are all the different nodes reaching consensus and creating ledgers with different transactions in them, all containing a different amount of transactions. So this is like the underpinning of like what's actually happening in the background and the actual creation of the blockchain. Yeah, I didn't know I actually had to explain this to someone. who's supposed to understand this industry. Someone was telling me the other day that the XRP ledger is not a blockchain, and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. It's exactly what it is. They were trying to hyper focus on this. Oh, it's a distributed ledger, not a blockchain, guys. It's the same exact thing. It's like saying that's like saying that's like saying, oh, you don't have a car, you have a Honda Civic. It's like, all right, like, I don't know what that means, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. They're all distributed ledgers. So just, it is like Star Trek. And this is a great website. This is a great website, and so is 3XRP Dev. They're both great websites. Turn Defense says that's not an apple, it's an apple. I guess technically, like, a blockchain is a little more specific than a distributed ledger, but they're both distributed ledger. It's just dumb. It's a dumb argument. It's a dumb thing to get stuck on. Really doesn't make any sense. Yo, Brad, good to see you. Yo, man, thanks for stopping in. I'm actually about to close shop. Call it a day. But guys, Brad, always good to see you. Guys, thank you so much for coming today. Guys, make sure to take a quick second, drop a like on the stream. On your way out, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. If you're over on TikTok and you're looking for more long form content and you want to learn more about XRP and a lot of things we've talked about today, make sure to take a quick second, right? Go over to the YouTube channel, go over to the X chat and actually drop a subscribe. Would love to have you here more often. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming. Make sure to hit the like